Sometimes we want things and we don't even realize what's attached to it. I know you think that this is the one. I know you think that this is the opportunity you need to take, but I'm telling you, there is more. There is more that you don't know. God writes better stories. You got a story all written out as to how you think your life is supposed to go. But God knows. Listen, he knows what he's doing. I know it's hard for you to receive because we want what we want, but he knows what he's doing. You gotta trust what I'm saying. I don't need no notes to tell you that. I got a whole life stories of where I thought that the very thing that I was praying for and begging God for, and can I be honest, upset with him about, that those things that I just had to have those things. When I realized the closer that I got to God, I began to understand that some of those things that I thought I need were really showing that I wasn't as close to God as I thought, because the closer I got to God, I realized I didn't even need those things. The closer I got to God, I realized I wanted those things because it would make me feel better. It will make me look better. It will make me have this false sense of confidence and identity. I realized that some of the things I wanted was to prove to others that I could get it, that I could be it, when them folks wouldn't even stud me. So we got to be encouraged this week. I want y'all to be encouraged this week to know that God knows what he is doing. He knows what he is doing. Just because it's not going your way doesn't mean that it's not going God's way. I need you to know that, okay? And sometimes the delay is the direction. You know, we love to hear delay is not denial. And I don't like saying that a lot of times because you know what? Sometimes God will tell you no. Somebody type that. And you have to be okay with the no just as well as you being okay with the yes. It's just like open doors and closed doors. I am just as much as happy now that I see of the doors that God has closed in my life as I am of the ones that he has opened in my life. Why? Because when I'll never forget when this opportunity came into my lap. And I promise you, I tried to do all I can do to move forward. And it's like, you know, nothing was going right. And then it's like the door just got shut. And I was like, oh my God, I missed the opportunity of a lifetime only to find out why. And I'm so glad that God closed that door, because I'm going to be honest, it could have caused me to compromise my walk with him. And I couldn't see it. I could not see that far. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying right now? Make sure you're liking this video. Heart this thing up. Share this with somebody who needs encouraging. That's what these Mondays are going to be about. Encouraging you to stand strong, to stand in the faith, okay? It's going to get hard, but it's not always going to be that way, okay? And sometimes we say, God, is this all there is? Is this the plan you got for me to be single? Is this the plan you got for me to stay stuck with this person that absolutely does not love me whatsoever? Is this a plan you have for me to always, every time I'm turning around, dealing with lack, every time I'm turning around, there's grief, I'm upset, Is this the plan you have for me? Have anybody ever felt that way? Let me know in the comments, because I know it ain't just me, because God knows I felt that way. Here we go again. Why can't I get off of this cycle? What is it? What is it? What is it? I mean, I think I'm doing good, I get knocked back again. God, I thought you delivered me from this. How in the world did I get back here now? I thought that my mind was right. I thought I had overcame this thing. Here it comes again. Here it comes again. How many of you can relate to that? How many of you can relate to that? Well, maybe it's not the plan. Maybe you're just in process, because sometimes God allows these things to happen because you're in your refining season. I talked about when I had my hub, I talked about the cocoon season, and I don't have time to talk about that now, but sometimes there are seasons where God is saying, I am going to give you those things that you desire, but I gotta work something in you first. I am refining you, I'm stretching you, and I'm testing you so that you can be ready for when this thing comes to you. Because sometimes God does not reveal his plan, he reveals himself. He wants you to know him. He wants you to know him. Y'all excuse me for a second. But he wants you to know him. There are many things that, yes, he wants to give it to you. But if he give it to you, then you'll think that, okay, when I pray and when I believe and God give it to me like this, then that's it. What's going to end up happening, the only time you're going to come to God is when you want something, when you need something. You're not going to even acknowledge his glory. You're not going to even acknowledge his presence. It's going to get to a point where you're going to come to him for his presence, the gift, instead of his presence, his being. And we got to get to the point, we got to grow up in God, y'all, where we want him more than we want anything else. And I got to be honest with y'all, and I got to be totally honest with y'all. I can literally say that I'm there now. But I've been walking with God for almost 20 years now. And I ain't been too long, just got there now. Because this girl was broken. You ever been broken? Are you broken now? I was broken. I was broken down by people who were supposed to love me, shunned by family members, close family members, an entire religious organization. Lied on, cheated on, so many things. And so I just had a hard time just believing that, okay, just, God is this loving God and you just got to love on him and you got to believe him and things are going. I just had a hard time. Can y'all accept my realness? Even as a minister, I started ministering in 2009. And when I first started, I was still broken. I don't think they knew it. But God definitely did. You know how I knew I was broken? Because time I got that mic, baby, I was like, ooh, they gonna see me now. Yeah. They ought to see me now. God using me now. Oh, baby, God knocked me off my block so quick, fast, in a hurry, and humbled me and say, baby, please. No, ma'am. And no, ma'am. You ever been humbled by God? He was like, no, ma'am. No, we ain't doing that. We're not about to do that. But that's what I did because I was still broken. And if there's some broken areas in your life, you may not have the very thing that you want because God wants to make you whole first. He's healing those parts in your life that you don't want to tell anybody about. Yeah. He wants to heal that hole in your heart first. He do. Yeah. This discomfort may be your preparation for what's to come. It's going to come, but God got to do a little hard work in you first, okay? So just ask the Lord, Lord, what are you doing in me in this season? What are you doing in me during this time, okay? And then I want you to know that God isn't wasting your pain. He isn't. This process is producing something eternal. This process is producing purpose. Somebody put that in the comments. This